You're watching the marketplace. So it's day 9 of January, and we have a long way to go before the year ends. Have you planned your finances for the year? Well, if you have not, we have some guidance for you on our Joy Business Advisory series, which begins today. And to start us off is Wendell Fanor, who is partner at KPMG. He joins us in the studio. Happy to see you. Happy New Year to you. I know people are going to say we are always talking about financial planning at the start of every year, but I mean, given the circumstances, I think this is a critical subject to treat. We are in an economic situation, and given the economic climate, you have to plan so that you can survive the rest of the year. And so I want us to start off with why this is relevant, financial planning, especially at this time of the year.
Thank you, Daryl. So I'll just use a few statistics to explain this, right? There was a survey done in the US, right? And the outcome of the survey was that, so for people who have financial plans, right, 50% of them are more likely to save more. Then also, for people who keep financial plans or who have financial plans, they are about twice able to save more for retirement. Then for those who have financial plans as well, 83% of them after a year are more confident about their finances. So if you look at these statistics, it goes to support the reason why one needs to have a financial plan. Essentially, that is your strategy. We need a strategy in every situation. So given the current situation that we find ourselves in globally and in Ghana, to navigate that part, you need a direction, right? The new year, people are going to church for directions and all of that. You need a financial direction as well. That is why you need a financial plan to help you to navigate these turbulent times.
Yeah, I mean, you need some sort of planning, right, going forward. And I like the example that you use, because during getting to the end of the year, we are always going to church for directions for the new year. And so when it comes to your finances, you have to think about that as well. So what are the foundational principles of financial planning?
All right, so there are a number of foundational principles. So I'll outline a few. All right, so one key thing is knowing why financial targets or goals or financial objectives are important, right? Everything you do as far as financial planning is concerned must tie back to your goal, all right? So a key principle or a key goal is understanding financial targets or financial goals or financial objectives. So that is one. Two, you need to understand cash flow. Essentially, it is how money comes in and how money goes out. You need to be able to understand that for yourself. How are you getting in money? How is that amount, or how are those amounts going out? So you need to have a good appreciation of your own cash flow. Then you also need to understand budgeting. A lot of people are not interested in budgeting. And we will cover that because it's a bit difficult to say you are sitting down and you are doing this, but you need to do that if you are really going to have a plan that will help you through these difficult times. And you also need to appreciate time value of money, right? Money today is not the same tomorrow. There's inflation, your value can erode, and other things. So I'll just give these 4 principles, but if you appreciate these principles well, then you will not take financial planning for granted.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about economic uncertainties.
Sure.
That means things change along the way.
Yeah.
There are economic reforms going on. The economic landscape is changing all the time. So how do individuals adapt with a financial plan to remain resilient during these times?
So essentially, you need to be flexible. Things will keep on changing, all right? So first and foremost, have a plan, right, that ties back to your objective or your goals that you set for yourself, and be flexible around that. Maybe just to give a few pointers. Usually, people struggle to say they are creating a budget. I'm sure even you, myself, I'm sure if I ask you, do you have a budget, you say no.
Well, especially when you go to town to buy something at this price and next time,
sure.
It's difficult to
sure.
get a budget.
So what I think we can do, right? forgetting about sitting down to say you are detailing, I will spend A, B, C, D. Be conscious, all right? And think about 3 or 4 key buckets, all right, to allocate your money. So let's give an example. Let's say you have 100 CDs. That is an amount you earn, whether weekly or say monthly, all right? Think about it to say, what are the must-dos? There are things that come what may, whether you have money or not, you must do. So for instance, maybe you have to get to work. You may get an Uber or you have to eat. So the things that you must do, right, those are your fixed cost, all right? So allocate a certain amount out of whatever you receive to these fixed costs, all right? People will give you percentages to say maybe 50% of your whatever you get should be allocated to that or some other percentage. But for me, I always say look at your own personal case. Then number 2, you need to make some savings, all right? Because there is retirement, so long-term retirement. And how many people are working formally? If you are working formally, even if you don't save for retirement, you know there's a SNET contribution, your tier 1, your tier 2, and possibly a tier 3. Okay, so you need to make some allocation for your long-term retirement and some savings that you can fall on to also navigate or to address certain things that may come your way. Maybe you want to better yourselves and the likes of that. And have something for, say, maybe an emergency. So you just create certain key buckets. So your fixed cost is one key bucket. Something for retirement is another key bucket. And another thing could be your savings and other emergencies spend. So if you have this mindset, whatever comes to you, you can immediately allocate. And then I come to your question to say, stay flexible. You keep monitoring how things are happening in the space. Because maybe fuel prices is high, which is impacting, say, your transportation cost. Maybe tomorrow it can come down. If it comes down, it may be possible for you to reduce your spend there and to move it to another bucket. So you need to keep a watch in the market to see what is going on and make the necessary adjustments, because nothing stays the same. Things will keep on changing. So you must know what is happening in the market. And so people need to be listening to you so they know what is happening. So you can take the relevant steps to adapt.
Yeah, so becoming financially resilient during these uncertain times, what role would a strategic investment play, for instance?
Okay, so the key role that strategic investment will play is to say how is that helping you to sustain your future, okay, and how are you going to live? All right, so there are different investments, and I'm not here to market any investment vehicle, but you need to make some investment, all right? And you need to, there are different investment advisors and the rest that are out there, okay, that you can fall on, okay, to take the next or to make the relevant investment that can help you in difficult times, because you are investing, there could be changes tomorrow. And so these strategic investments are supposed to anchor you or to support you in the difficult times. All right, so I would say get advice. And if you diversify, that is one key thing when it comes to investment. Don't keep one portfolio or one investment vehicle. Diversify. If something happens, you know you can fall on. So diversify, seek for help, go to the expert or the professionals to get counsel on how to invest. I know now with all the things that are happening, people may even think, why must I invest? But if you don't invest, inflation, listen, you have 100 CDs today. If you decide to keep it in a bank or you decide to keep it at home, inflation will erode that value. Why not invest and make some return? At least it will return. No,
it's better to save than invest.
so at least if you invest and you make some returns, the returns, even if the returns is not as much as you expect, it mitigates the depreciation of or the reduction in the value you have. All right, so you can't say because things are not right, you will not. And conditions will keep changing. Conditions will not stay permanent. If you are investing, you are investing for the long term. It's not just a short term. All right. So I would say seek help, diversify your portfolio, and you should be fine.
We have 1 more minute. I'm going to squeeze this in. And
Sure.
so based on what we've discussed, are there specific tools, techniques that individuals can employ for effective financial planning?
Sure. So in terms of tools, you can fall on, there are a lot of, so for instance, budgeting is key to financial management. If you go on iStore or Play Store, you can get a number of tools to help you in your budgeting. Another thing is you need to stay automated. So for instance, even in your banking apps and the rest, it gives you a lot of good information. Your mobile monies, it gives you a lot of good information. These are information that you can distill over a period to know how your money is moving in and out. All right, and our good old Excel. These are things that you can also leverage on to track. There are some investment calculators for those of you who are thinking, I want to retire at X time, I want to make this. There are some calculators that can help you to do that. So there are a number of tools out there. You can go online, download some budgeting apps that can help you, and you can get them for free. Use Excel. Use your own banking apps, okay, to even automate things that you do. Yeah.
All right. Randolph will be here tomorrow to continue with this conversation. It's started on an exciting note. I appreciate it. Randolph Adol, Partner Accounting Advisory Services, KPMG. I appreciate your time. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow and continue this conversation on financial planning. And that's the market.